So this just keeps getting, I don't want to say worse and worse, but deeper and deeper. The further we go in, it gets deeper and deeper. And I guess for the most part, that's worse and worse. Nova. Ooh. Anyway. All right. And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I'm going up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for Queen Sugar. This is season 4, episode 4. As I said, it keeps getting deeper and deeper the more we go into this. Now, Nova is basically at odds with everybody in the family except for Micah. She's getting herself together because she's getting ready to actually leave to go and she's going to be doing her book signing there in St. Joe's Parish, and then she also is going to. She ends up in this episode. She gets a 6-week tour. It's a six-week national tour for her first book, first time out. Like it's the book. I mean, it's a dream. It's a writer's dream. Everything that's happening, but the subject and the state that is putting her in with her family, you have to say, is it really worth it? Is it really worth it? Now, if you're a person who aren't close to your family and you don't really care, then it would be no big deal. But that's not Nova's situation. So it's a mess. This is a whole mess. But anyway, so you see her and Micah, and Micah tells her, well, I love you. And she's telling him, with time, it'll just blow over. Everything will blow over. I'm like, I don't know about that, Nova. It sounds good on paper, but I don't know about that. Not so sure, sis. Anyway, so let's go. We go over to where Charlie used to live at the Queen Sugar Mill. And Micah actually finally meets Romero for the first time. And that's where they're actually setting up the migrant workers clinic, because I wasn't real sure exactly what it was they were setting up last time. It's a migrant workers clinic, and it's a safe space. They were talking about the fact that it wasn't really busy, but they got it set up and everything looks really good. The people have to be comfortable to go there to actually have their self checked out on their health and stuff, because again, a lot of these are, for lack of better words, illegal. They're illegal aliens. And I don't even know if that's the actually, are we supposed to say illegal aliens? Non-documented workers. There we go. Non-documented workers. So, they have to get the word out and to where people are comfortable, and they'll start to come. So it's cool. Everything's going good there. Micah meets Romero, but Micah don't have a whole synopsis of exactly who Romero is. I said, wait until he finds out. He's going to have something to say, because he just always got something to say. It just gets on my nerves anyway. So, then we start to see some more of the unfolding of how Nova is with folks. Baby, they're not even letting Nova in the restaurant at all. She keeps coming to the restaurant to try to see Vi in Hollywood. And they keep sending Vi's assistant out to tell her, no, you can't come in. You need to give it some time. They don't want to see you. You're not allowed. You have to leave the premises, Nova. I'm like, oh, that's embarrassing. Very embarrassing. Anyway, Ralph Angel starts his program. We get a grasp on exactly what it is he's doing. So it's not just one worker. He literally has like 10 workers. He has 10 employees that are all being people who are being reacclimated into society. I don't know how to feel about this. Because I just feel like it's going to bring some drama. At some point, it's going to bring some drama. Then there was this one scene where one of the guys was playing with Blue and showing Blue one of the little tractors or whatever and letting him drive. And then he comes in, he says to me, he's actually the first guy who actually was working with Ralph Angel. And he asked him about the situation and said, I don't mean to get in your business, But then he was telling, because Ralph Angel was thinking, was like ready to just pop off on him. And he was basically big up in him about how he's not his biological father. And it's the word starting to get around, but he's big up in him on stepping up and being there for Blue. And he was saying, when I was young, somebody did it. My stepdad did it for me. I didn't meet my dad, my stepdad, my real dad right away, and all of that. So I think that kind of helped with Ralph Angel with that because he's always worried about what other people are going to think. So that whole thing, it's just ugly. Um, Charlie meets up with her investigator friend, and that's when we found out Jacob Boudreaux is basically running for a county seat, which ends up actually the Boudreaux and the Landrys have gotten to the woman that we met a few episodes back, who is the Hispanic woman that is a councilwoman, and here she's stepping down. And we found out what they were doing. There is having Jacob in the county seat will be good because what they're doing is they're building a highway that is going to go right through St. Joe's Parish, and a lot of the black farmers are going to lose portions of their land. Some of them are going to lose all of their land. There is a large portion of the borderline land that the highway runs directly through. And Charlie's like, I will help you fight. It's not no problem. And she's like, the councilwoman's like, Charlie, you got to pick your battles. And this is not one of them. She said, she says it was a parish battle. The whole thing with the prison, it was all about the parish and it was the city. This is federal. This is a federal project. It'll make that look like taking candy from a baby. And she's like, I can't. I'm gonna step down. So I'm like, oh geez. So Charlie's pissed, of course. So Charlie goes to see Frances, Jacob's mother. Baby, that Frances showed her ass. Do you hear me? There was a group of white women standing around, and when Charlie walked up, she dismissed them. She said, and they all walked away. I said, really? And she says, oh, I already ordered for you, Charlie. Charlie, she had a drink. Charlie said, no, thank you. Baby, and they got to going back and forth. And she told Charlie, 40 years ago, you wouldn't have even been allowed to clean toilets around here. And now you walk around like you own the place. You should be happy for what you have. You're not one of them. You're not one of them. I said, oh, I wanted to, oh, baby, I wanted to choke her. I said, no, she is not giving us all this racist bullshit. I said, horrible. And then she said, yeah, I read your sister's book. I know all about you now. I know what you give. Hey, Charlie told her, she said, listen, you already said yourself. Hollywood and basketball, two of the worst things that there is going. You wouldn't last a day in Hollywood nor in basketball. And I have conquered both. What do you think I'm going to do to you and Jacob? I said, oh, sold her because I know about politics too. Yeah. She said, yeah, and I know about the highway. Yeah, I know about that as well. I said, oh, all right, Annie. She turned around and walked away. Baby, I said, uh-huh, Frances, see, because when she came up, Frances was all in her bag giving hashtag winning, baby, and she gave her. When she walked away, Frances was looking a little unsure of herself. I said, girl, you done messed around and made an enemy of Miss Charlie. She ain't like you no way. But now it's on and it's popping. And you showed your whole hand. You pulled your whole card. You showed your whole prejudiced, racist hand, ma'am. And she got you. She's making time for you, sweetheart. Anyway, she had gotten a text from Davis talking about he had a surprise. This fool rolls up at Charlie's house and then brought his daughter, Tia. That's the surprise. To meet Micah and to meet her and all of that. Then he said he's retiring from basketball. He's going to take the head coach job, and he's going to be moving and all of this kind of carrying on. So he was saying, you should come to lunch with us or whatever. And she told him, you did enough surprises for today. I'm not going anywhere at all. And told Micah, take Tia and show her around, get her something to drink, whatever. And the shade was real thick. And I think Tia is 15. And you could tell she wasn't really welcome. So I was like, I felt kind of bad about that. I was like, oh, Charlie, no, that's not good. So, they get talking back and forth, and that's when she told that goddamn Davis off. She said, listen, let me tell you something. Tia will always be welcome at this house to visit Micah. But please, let's not be making any mistakes. I will not be backdoored into raising her. She is not my child. She is your child. She is a product of your cheating and your lying and your indiscretions. And I will not play part in anything that has to do with her at all. You go on and raise your children. Davis West. Raise your children and don't try to get me up in it. Baby, he was sitting there. His face was cracked because that was truly his plan. You could see it all in his face. His plan was to manipulate Charlie into falling in love with Tia and just basically pushing Tia off for Charlie. Charlie snipped that mess right in the bud. Told her, I will not be backdoored into raising someone else's child. You went and had a baby by that crackhead. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Now go raise your baby, honey. And don't come over here with that mess. And he will try to tell her the child is innocent. She said, you're right, she's innocent, and she's yours. I said, I know that's right, honey. Oh, he is something else. That Davis, he really thinks but he's Micah. He's Micah's daddy. Just a whole mess. Hey, and Charlie told him, you're right, she's innocent. God help that little girl. And walked away. I said, oh. So let's go talk about this damn Nova. Nova. She does the book reading. During the book reading, she ends up doing a chapter that's actually not in the original cut of the book. In this chapter, this fool sits up there and basically tells his story and insinuated basically that there was a time her father used to take her fishing. And this one particular time they were going fishing and he left her in the car to go and get bait. And she seen her dad came back. He didn't have the bait. He had a busted lip. And then 3 white men came out of the store afterwards and they were saying different things. Basically about raping and pillaging his little black daughter. basically. And she was saying, she just played past it like she didn't hear it or whatever. And she said that she basically, after that, her dad never took her fishing with him again. And she would say how she used to sneak out late at night and go out into the field, to the sugarcane field by herself, which was stupid to be going out there in the dark. But she would go out there and be by herself and whatever. And she insinuated that she actually seen her father burying a body. He was burying something. She insinuated it was a body. And she's never seen those three white men around ever again. And she was about 8 years old. Never seen them again. I said, Nova, oh my God. Yeah, your dad is dead. But oh my God, Nova, you're insinuating that your father basically stalked, killed, and did away with the bodies of three white men and buried them on his land. Nova, murder has no statute. Yeah, your father's dead, but I don't trust anybody in St. Joe's. They figure out some way to flip that and put it on Ralph Angel or put it on you or just, I don't understand her. She just, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. And during the book signing, all of that goes on. Then we see, remember her old girlfriend, Chantal, the lesbian? She shows up trying to rekindle something with Nova. Nova told her no, she wasn't interested. Then later on, she got drunked up and was thinking about bumping uglies with her honey. And called her up, honey, to try to set up a little scissoring session, honey. And the girls tell her, Chantal was telling her, you know what, you always like to do everything in your time. You come to me. I'm not coming over to you. And then she will tell her, I know your family ain't messing with you. And I'll be an ear for you, but we're not going to do everything on your terms the way I've grown up, and you're not going to just do me. And Noah was like, you know what, never mind. Have a great day. Never mind. She just played her off. She's like, I ain't got time for you. Went on. Next thing you know, we end up seeing a scene where old Darla is now reading the book to see. Everybody go right to their own chapter. She's reading the book. She comes to Nova's house. And she's going off on Nova. Going off. How could you? You didn't think about Ralph Angel. You didn't think about Blue. You didn't think about me. You didn't do anything, this, that, thing, and the other. She told her, you wrote in there that I was a thief, that I stole and used the money for my addiction. Then you told everything I did. You didn't think about my son being able to see this, and people seeing this. This is going to ruin my whole world. I'm listening to Darla. This ain't about Blue. This ain't about Ralph Angel. This is about you and your past. And you're trying to act like your past didn't exist. See, that's one of them issues, one of them crackhead issues. You want people to act like it didn't happen, but it did happen. It did. You were a vicious crackhead. You were. It happened. And no, people are not going to forget about it. And that's all she was. It wasn't about nobody else. It was all about her, and she was so pissed. And had her to tell Nova, and you're worse than what I ever was. You called me a thief. You stole these memories. They weren't even yours, and you told them, and you're making money. You're making money. I said, girl, shut up, Darla, bitch. You know what? With everybody else, I was understanding where they were coming from and being mad with Nova and all that. But Darla, you don't get no pass from me, girl, because you're ridiculous. You're ridiculous. It is what it is. Yes, we will let you pass on the fact that you have gotten yourself together. But bitch, what you're not going to do is sit around here and try to act like you're some upright standing citizen that didn't ever do anything. You were a crackhead. And you do battle with it daily. And that's fine. We allow you to space the battle, but you won't sit around there and act like it didn't happen, you junkie bitch. Just a mess. Oh, I can't stand her. And I know y'all, these comments is going to be a mess, but I don't even care. This is where my problem comes in at. You don't get a pass to act like you're so good and like things just didn't ever happen. No, we're not going to sit around and forget that it ever happened. What makes you any different? If there was somebody who committed adultery, people don't ever let them forget it. If you're gay, people don't ever let them forget it. You being a junkie whore doesn't allow you forgiveness and forgetfulness. We remember. We remember. And as soon as somebody make you mad, you'll be had to fuck up again because that's what they did. It's always an excuse. Some people come up out of it and everything be cool, but a lot of times, excuses are made and they be high as hell again. And you're weak, Darla, so you would definitely fall in that category because every time something happens, you be overlooking all spacey and stupid, like you get ready to relapse. Shut your ass up. Oh, I just wanted to smack her. I just can't stand her. I can't. I can't stand her. So self-righteous. Where you found a self-righteous crackhead? Girl, get out of here. I ain't thinking about her. You hear me? I'm not thinking about her. Anyway, Charlie and Raw go to see Aunt Vi. I don't even know what to say about Aunt Vi. She's angry. They explain to her. She's like, ain't nothing, can't nothing be worse than what's already happened. They're like, oh yeah. And as they start to go, they figure out that Aunt Vi, she suspected that their dad had done something back in the day, but not very sure. And that was what she was just saying. What is wrong with you all? Why can't y'all just let the past be the past? Stop digging and dredging up stuff. She's like, this horrible. She said, every dark corner does not need a light. I do understand that, but again, y'all family been exposed, so you might as well go on and tell it all. And she was so bad, so angry. And a little bit after that, they went on their way and everything. And she was in the bathroom, and she's finally then caught up with her, honey. And Hollywood was sitting there waiting on her to call the bathroom. You could hear her, and they're trying to cover up her mouth, honey. She's crying, and it's breaking her down. But see, she's one of them old fools that like to keep a lot of secrets. That's why your health is all screwed up. That stress will kill you. Sitting around trying to hold all them secrets and carrying on. You need to let that mess go, Vi, for you kill your damn self. This is terrible. Like, it's terrible. And it is one of the things, like, just when you think it couldn't get no worse, it gets even worse. And Nova, you steadily reaping the benefits. I ain't feeling you, Miss Nova Borderline. It's a lot. You did a lot. This is very damaging. And then she was trying to that's the part when she starts trying to make light of it. No, Darla, it's going to be good. Good for who? Good for who? Shut up, Nova. But Darla, screw her. She don't get no pass. What about Blue? You ain't come there about Blue. You came there about you. Shut your mouth, you damn whore. I can't stand her. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't stand her. Go on down in the comments. I know it's going to be interesting, but I am not Team Darla. Darla is a whore. Is a very self-centered whore. She wasn't there about Raw. She wasn't there about Blue. Darla was there about Darla.